Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, Trump says that he doesn't rule out a military takeover of Greenland. Hey, why not? You got, I think, more military over there than the 50,000 people population of Greenland anyway. No? That's the first topic. Second one, why Greenland? And if Greenland, then he's going to drop Ukraine. I'm talking about the American interests. Then Trump receives a counteroffer. For Canada. So Canada tells the United States of America, you know what? You want to get us incorporated in the United States of America as a territory, whatever you want. But we have a counteroffer. How about you sell us something you have? Interesting counteroffer. And then we have a guy from Ukraine, the foreign minister, who tells us that Ukraine's right to exist is not Russia's security concern. And this is the foreign minister of Ukraine. And I have something to ask Mr. Sybiha. Mr. Sybiha, the foreign minister of Ukraine. Did you hear Trump talking about the Panama Canal? Did you hear him talking about Greenland? Did you hear him talking about Canada? What right do you think you have? Did you hear the greatest country in the world, the beacon of freedom, democracy, and capitalism, saying that we're going to take over this, this, and this? What are you talking about? Your right to do what? Your right comes from the guys in charge of you. That's what it is. Not from the creator, as we're told, as baboons. No. It comes from the guy with the biggest rocket or helicopter. All right, let's start with the first article, where Trump refuses to rule out military takeover of Greenland. The US president-elect has also refused to rule out retaking the Panama Canal. Asked during a press conference in Mar-a-Lago on Tuesday if he could assure the world, that's baboonish, I'm not going to assure you of anything, that he would not use military or economic coercion in his efforts to acquire either one. Trump said he would not. And he said, no, I can't assure you on either of the two. But I can say this, we need them for economic security. There you have it. We need it for economic security. If I need for economic security your house or your car, what are you going to do? The law? The United Nations? The creator? I'm going to show you the creator right here. All right? That's what it is. So Trump says, you know what? Not only that I don't promise you anything, I don't assure you of anything. I'm telling you that we will do it. And this guy right here, let's jump straight to this guy, says, Ukraine's right to exist is not Russia's security concern, says Sybiha. What? Did you hear what this guy said? Did you hear what this guy said? All right, now let's go and see what resources Greenland has. So Trump wants to buy, Trump wants to buy Greenland again. Here's why he's so interested in the world's largest island. First, I think Greenland has 50,000 people, citizens, or whatever, inhabitants. And the United States of America has in the Northwest an air base. What do you think that is? I occupy you. So I think the United States of America might have more power over there. No, power than the 50,000, I don't know how to call them, Danish citizens. Remember, or if you don't, look where Denmark is. Look how big Denmark is. Do you think Denmark will tell anything to the Americans? No. But they don't have to take over. The people over there that we help put in charge are going to give us on the plate Greenland. You'll see. So let's see what the resources are over there. Let's see what's going on. A unique geopolitical position. That's the first one. Greenland is the world's largest island and home of more than 56,000 people. Woo-hoo. If the wind blows a little bit too hard, they're all gone. A former Danish colony and now an autonomous territory of Denmark. It occupies a unique geopolitical position sitting between the US and Europe. its capital city, Nuuk, is closer to New York than it is to Denmark's capital, Copenhagen. All right, so they ask U.S. security. That's for our security. What if the Russians put bases over there? A strategic maritime region. We need it. All right. Rich in rare minerals. Greenland's rich deposits of natural resources, has Klaus Dobbs, professor of geopolitics at University of London. All right, these include oil and gas, like Russia, as well as rare earth materials, like Ukraine, in high demand for the electric cars and wind turbines and green transition. No green transition. It's not gonna be any fucking green transition. It's gonna be a add-on, but not a transition. We're not gonna go transit back, have a transition into caves. If you want, you go with I was about to say Jim Carrey, John Kerry, and other baboons who will not go in the caves. You will go in the caves and work for them. Right, but why? They want to extend their lives, not yours. You go on the little spinning wheel like a hamster that we are, or mice. That's what we are. So there's not going to be a transition. It's going to be an add-on. I'm all for an add-on, not a transition. I don't want not to drive my car the way I want to drive it and what car I want to drive. You're not going to tell me I can drive 20 miles per hour with I don't want to do that. You're not going to tell me how much air I should inhale. I should not go with my bike because I consume too much oxygen and I do give too much CO2. It rhymes. All right. What else these guys baboons have here? Opportunities as the ice melts. Right here, melting ice is rapidly rising Arctic temperatures, global warming, remember, the transition, are giving Greenland a front row seat to the climate crisis. There's no climate crisis. I disagree with that. I personally do not believe in that. It's not a crisis. They can say how much they want. I disagree. I have the right as a human being to say no. But some also see economic opportunities as climate change reshapes the country. All right. Arctic shipping rose 37% over the decade to 2024, according to Arctic is melting. That means transportation is going to be easier. Could it actually happen? Yeah, it could. And again, climate crisis. Jesus Christ. Let's go. How about we buy Alaska? Trump gets counteroffer from Canada. Ontario's premier made a suggestion after Donald Trump's claim that Canadians would be better off under Washington rule. You are bankrupt, fat fuck. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Canada is the greatest country in the world. Look at these guys. And you blame the guys in the Second World War in the 1930s. And there is no way it's the greatest. Okay, it will fall under the rule. Really? I had a conversation with, I can't give you the name or the circumstance. He was from Canada, and I was talking to him a few times, and if you're watching, hello. He said that he saw a meme on internet, on Facebook, I think, and it was something like Canada's rent is the level of the New York City rent, which is very, very high. The income is, I think, about $50,000 average or something, which is the lowest, even compared with the lowest in state in the United States of America, or something like this. But they have the highest this. It was a list of all these kind of things. What's the greatest country in the world? I've been to Canada. You're communists at best. At best, it's a ripoff. You barely survive over there. The taxes, services, and all that, the greatest. I will make him Trump a counteroffer, this guy says. How about if we buy Alaska with whose money? With the international banking system, and throw in Minnesota and its main city, Minneapolis, at the same time? He quipped. So it is not realistic. He's got the guns, you have nothing. I take that seriously. He made me joking, but under my watch, they will never ever happen, he insisted. Okay, well, good for you. Good for you. Why don't you have your Canadians vote? I guarantee you that 1/3 of the Canadians, which are, I think, the immigrants, will vote for the United States of America. I guarantee you that. And then you got at least half of the 2/3 was going to make the half of the 2/3 that remained, half of them would go on the same direction. So you have at least, I would say, 60% that will vote, let's go to the United States of America. And what are you going to do? Fuck, you're going to be fired. You're fired. All right. So that's, again, counteroffer. I think that was very, very funny. So what do you think about Greenland? Greenland will fall. Has no way to defend itself. Politically, economically, militarily. How do you want to... It can't. It can't. I think the Americans will be allowed to do whatever they want over there. That means they will take their eyes off Russia for a while and Ukraine. That's it. So they need resources. I remember, and that was very, I don't know how you want to take it, but for me at that time it was, it was more than 20 years ago. It was maybe 1990 some. When my father said, it's going to end up with these guys going after Russia's resources. It's going to be a fight for resources. They're going to try to get the interest. This is my Lebensraum here. This is my living space. This is mine. And there will be a few big corporations, like let's say BRICS, NATO, and maybe another one that will have this, and they will be competing with one another and will try to destroy one another. This is what my father said more than 20 years ago. And he said, it's obvious that the Russians will be attacked by these guys eventually. They sit on a ton of resources, and these guys, we will need resources. So who's going to get the resources? These guys. All right, counteroffer is just funny. You have no power. If Trump wants gets you out, I'm just kidding. All right, and you know why Greenland is looking good to be part of the United States' little rings. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.